So I was working on this page with thumbnail sketches, planning out some clouds, and I was using this book about skies and the artist, how to draw clouds and sunsets, looking at the thumbnails, learning about clouds and how to sketch them so they look realistic, and trying to really understand the artist's ideas behind these clouds. And the first one was about airflow, how clouds are slow explosions. They continually puff and boil. And the next one was about how clouds are pushing the boat. You see the movement of the cloud there. And I did that thumbnail sketch here in my book. Clouds are living shapes in graceful action. One thing that this book warns you about is not to make a cloud look like melting mounds of ice cream. And on another page it warns about making your clouds look like a lump of mud. So just taking these two ideas of cloud movement and making clouds look more graceful in action and not like mounds of melting ice cream or lumps of mud, I thought about some sketches of some clouds that I had already done. Last year I did a couple of cloud reports, and this was back in February 2017. It was a very warm day for February, about 70 degrees, and I sat out in the yard and sketched some clouds with a fountain pen. And the idea was to do it very, very quickly as the clouds were passing by and just try to get some of the forms and shapes and movements of the clouds and keep them from looking static. This one I even put in compass direction, so I was looking west. And what I like about this is I broke the cloud down into some very basic shapes, but yet you can see some movement here, some of the cirrus clouds maybe in the background. And clouds are continuously changing, they're forming, they're disintegrating. And I think this little sketch kind of captures the movement and either the building or the disintegration of a cloud. And here are some more. Again, very quickly. It took me quite a while to do something as free as these sketches at the bottom, but I think, and yeah, these are clouds, I think these clouds really represent not the cloud shape itself, but the way the cloud was formed or the way the cloud was moving at the time. And here's another page I did. This was the next day, and just very happy with this page of clouds because I think it really shows there's movement in the clouds, the way the clouds are forming, the darker lines showing the grayer part of the clouds underneath. And down here again, just showing the movement of the clouds. Clouds were going by pretty quickly that day. Now, the opposite of this page of clouds. This was earlier in February, doing some fast-moving clouds, again trying to capture them. I was using a sketching pencil and a wash, water-soluble pencil, and to me these clouds sort of look like pieces of fried dough. They look very static, they look very fake, and yet with the wash I should have been able to show the masses of the clouds much better than I did with just the lines. But I really was working on clouds, I guess, for a couple weeks here. And I like these much better because I think they're more dynamic than these little bits of fried dough that I did on this page.